Life on the streets is not fun. You'll never know if you'll eat, where you'll sleep, if you'll survive the night. There's all these kids just like me. Where do we go? When I was little, I had a troubled childhood. My mom died when I was about 10 years old. Things went downhill from there. I guess it was hard on my dad, so he needed to find a place for, to look for help, look for guidance, and that's when he found Woods Homes.
I remember Chris, feeling very confused about why he was there. He looked afraid, and he looked angry.
I wouldn't, get close to anybody. I wasn't, the kind of child that you could sit there and give a hug to.
Probably the first few weeks, Chris and I, and Chris with many of the staff, just talking about what happened, how come he was here, and I remember Chris really not wanting to be here at all.
I would just tell everybody to go away, leave me alone, let me be, so I could, just grieve. As I was going through Woods Homes, it was kind of hard because there was people there to lean on to help you out, but I didn't want the help at that point. I was just pushing everybody away.
So it was a hard time, I think, for him.
I was on the streets when I was about 14 years old. I did getting into selling drugs and stuff like that on the streets. I was, on and off the streets though, because I'd come back to campus, clean up, do a couple days on campus, go back to school, and then I just started all over again. Every cent that I had would go to drugs. It just messed my life up. I would have rather, went to school, got a job. If I could go back and change anything, it would be not living on the streets.
Once he got to know us and he built relationships with the staff, I think we started to see all the gifts that Chris has.
Chris has come a long way. Chris has come a very long way. He certainly had much tragedy in his life, and he's managed to work through that. And we have seen a lot of change in Chris, and we've seen him move forward.
He went back to the street. We were able to kind of find him and bring him back. And so I think his courage and his heart and his ability to, to connect with people and fight for a future, I think, is the amazing part of Chris. And he doesn't give up, and neither do we.
He now has housing. He now has employment. And his attitude is very positive.
I love my job. My job is the best job I could ever imagine.
He's overcome his addiction issues at this point, and we see a great future for Chris.
Many of these kids will do okay with the support and help of Woods Homes. I see their future being hopeful. I see them having opportunities to get away from the streets. There is, over time, I hope, the possibility of them moving away from homelessness.
Woods Homes has an amazing ability to truly live out our values of never giving up, of not turning people away. And I think we live that every day. And I think Chris is a good example of someone we never gave up on.
My hope and our hope at Woods Homes is to get these kids away from and give them an opportunity to move on and be successful in life.
If I were to meet a kid right now and I were to see him on the streets and he were under, let's say, 17, then I would recommend Woods Homes just because of the fact that they will get you off the street. They will help you out and straighten your life out.
I know that Woods Homes cannot do it alone, and we need the community to make sure that kids are not given up on, that people are not turned away, and the value of all our children is essential, that we need the community. Woods Homes cannot do that alone.
The future of Woods Homes and its survival will be with the financial support of citizens like yourselves who will assist us in providing support for young people who are on the street and who are looking to get off the street.
As we often say, they're all our children. We never give up. And with the support of the community, we will continue to support children and families into the future.
So Woods Homes needs the support of our community to make sure that we never give up and never turn anyone away who needs help.
Woods Homes, thank you for everything. Never give up and never lose hope in your children. Woods Homes, if it wasn't for you, I don't know if I'd still be alive. For that, I thank you. You've given me hope.